Hey peeps. Now it's been a while where I just have chatted and talk about my thoughts. It's a new year, and things are supposed to be different. Things are supposed to be changing. And maybe for the new year, it's supposed to be my eyes opening even more and understanding even more of like why little Jess, my inner child, acted or said or felt certain ways as a child. Like, I was at my parents' tonight, and I'm trying not to cry because I'm like, I don't want to be crying in the new year. It's ridiculous. And as usual, I ask one simple question, and the question goes way the freaking off to other stuff. And I let them say their parts, and I let them, communicate their thoughts and stuff. But then when it comes to mine, I get shut down. I get completely ignored, or they don't want to hear it, or I'm wrong, or my brain is messed up. They don't care to understand me. And little Jess always felt that way, and that's where the I don't feel like anyone loves me comes from, because no one really cares to sit there and understand me. I'm always alone, and the people that at least try to understand me, they're not like, main people in my life. Or they're getting paid, to have to try to understand you. And this is why I don't feel loved. Everyone, family-wise, doesn't care to understand me. And I'm learning that that's an autism thing. We think different. Our brain is wired different. But why do we sit there and try to understand everyone? Why do we sit there and listen and let people talk? And keep an open mind, And then the other part, gets frustrating is when there's a switch up. Like, one person believes this, but they're not able to believe the other thing. Why are they so stuck on saying this is true, but then the other thing's not true? You can't have one thing true and one thing not true when it comes to light and dark. Especially if you're going to believe in the Bible. I even tried to, explain, and they're like, no, you misunderstood. Or it's always my brain is making false memories. It's always about me making false memories. Just like when I talked about the testing that I had done as a child. I'm wrong. The testing never happened. Or it happened to everyone. It's always I'm wrong. and not being understood. And then when I even bring it up and I'm like, remember, I just get shut down even more and completely ignored. And then I turned to masking. And little Jess didn't know that she was masking. And older Jess now knows she is masking. And I'm learning I mask a lot around my family. I can't be myself around my family. I've never been able to be myself around my family. They don't accept me for me. They only accept me when I'm doing what they want. I'm being who they want. I can't be my own self. I don't even know who I am. I mask. When people ask that question, what do you like to do? I mask because I don't know. I don't know who I am. I'm so lost. I don't know what I don't know anymore. I'm tired. I'm tired of fighting and masking and using so much energy just to survive every day. This whole week I've been home and I've been fine. But today I was like, I need to get out. I don't need to get out. I was wrong. It reminded me why I hate going out. Why I don't want to be out in the world. Why I prefer to just be alone. I don't know what else to say. I'm just kind of... I'm feeling numb right now. SH. When I was masking, SH was on my mind. And I was using my water bottle to squeeze my fingers in between the cap really hard to hold back tears so they couldn't see I was upset. Because I was totally just shut off. Completely ignored. Why is the way I think or what I believe wrong, but the way they think and they believe is correct? And one of them sits there and says, well, anything's possible, but yet you don't think this is possible, or this is right. And then you say, exactly, that's what my thoughts are. Like, what if someone just made the thing up? One person just said something and then boom, it continued. But yet you believe the other thing completely and the other thing completely right. But you only believe half of the thing. It's the picking and choosing again, picking and choosing what you want to believe. From the Bible. The stupid Bible. I wish the Bible was never fucking invented. Who invented the damn stupid thing? It's in the past. I want people to understand it's in the past. We're not supposed to be looking at the past. We're not supposed to keep going on the old ways, because that's how we repeat. We're trying to do a new earth. We're trying to do something different, because what we've been doing for years and years isn't working. Why can't people see that it's not working? We need some change. We need something different. More and more people are just getting sick, and more people are just turning evil. More and more people are doing wrong things, and we need more love in this world, and peace and harmony. And the only way that can happen is letting everyone be who they are and accepting them as they are. And if you can't accept something, at least have an open mind and understand. I think I'm done. Thank you for listening. At least I have you. No matter how many, I still have you that watches, that listens, even if you don't interact. At least you're listening. I thought getting the autism ASD results would at least have my family be more open-minded and a little bit more compassionate and understanding towards me, like I am to them. Didn't change a thing, not one little thing. They didn't even listen to the recording that they asked to record for results. They cared so much about those results saying negative. They were so on that, being negative. Our whole world collapsed. And they found out they have a child that has a messed up brain and doesn't know anything. And always has false memories. Everything I remember is false. Everything I remember, nope, that didn't happen. Nope, it's not that way. Nope, But yet you believe in science, and science talks about parallel universe. You know what? You know what I learned? Another thing I learned tonight that blew my mind. I asked my mom who is the nation bird? She said, her exact words, now it's the eagle. Now it's the eagle? Does she not? No, she doesn't remember. And if I said that to her, she'd be like, well, remember I had a teacher. But, like, we just had a conversation about the eagle being the nation bird. Back in September, October, when we were coming back from the family wedding. It's on the money. It's literally called the American bald eagle. She said the loon was the Asian bird. I cannot get over how many times this week there has been confirmation for me that I am in an alternate universe from my family. But I'm not an alternate universe in their mind. In their mind, I'm messed up, and I have false memories. Yeah, that's what's going on in my mind. Is what, yeah. I don't know. But I decided tonight I'm gonna get one of those fidgets that I've seen a lot of people with autism talk about, where they have like pain spikes. So when I need that pain, I can hurt myself that way, where that way I'm not causing any like real harm, but I'm still getting that stimulation pain I need. You know, me feel like okay and grounded and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna get one of those. Interesting. I'm just looking at the information that I pulled today. It says, I love my life. I love everything and everyone in it. Usually I would say, yeah, I agree, but I'm starting to more and more be like, why do I love this person when they've always done this, this, and this, or made me feel this, this, and this? And then if I say, well, is that another autism thing? Or I bet that's another autism thing. Or I just learned that's an autism thing. Then again, well, now you're going to use the excuse that everything's autism and blah, blah, blah. And I also found out people that have known me back in the day that I worked with, they were like, oh yeah, I always knew you were in the spectrum. But my family never thought I was. And it's such a, how can, I don't know what to do. Oh, that's loud. I can't do this, by the way, around my family, because that sounds annoying. Even if it helps me feel better, I can't do it. And my family. And me, and I remember when they first came out, my mom searched with me everywhere for these. And the moment I got one, I was instantly shut down from playing with it. Never played with it again. my shirts. Sent me this. And sometimes I play with it. But, yeah. Anything that helps me feel calm. Noise-wise, can't play with. Because it bugs certain people. But if they do something that bugs me, I allow it. I allow it. It bugs me, but I don't sit there and say, that bugs me, can you stop? I just allow it. I mask it and allow it to happen. I mask a lot. Only with my family, though. I think that's the other reason why I struggle to actually want to keep friends. Because from history past, friends would become friends with my family. And the friends would communicate to my family about certain things, and then the family would talk to me, or basically everyone would talk about me. And again, how I'm, not right in the mind. I don't know what I was thinking coming back to Earth to help people wake up and open their eyes to other possibilities and the real meaning behind things and things like that. I don't know. Send me home. Send me home. Out of the damn body. I want to be released out of my body and be free again. To fly again. To free and fly and explore and not have to worry about anything that's down here. Jayla. She's wagging her tail. You can come here. She's too comfortable. Here, look at Jayla. I'm gonna go. But thanks for listening. And I love you guys. And I don't know what else to say. Yeah. I want to hear more from artistic people like me. Because they could probably be the closest thing to understanding me. I know we're not all the same. So, but they're the closest to having a brain wired like mine. And you know what's like the thing that, like, really, really sucks is, like, when you are communicating something and you get shut down, you want to so bad keep talking and speak up and say, well, why am I being shut down? Why is it okay for me, okay for you guys to say what you believe and things like that, but it's not okay for me when you don't believe it, when you don't even want to hear it. You're just like, I'm not hearing, I don't want to listen to this. And you think and you say I'm completely wrong and everything like that. But it's okay, you know, when it comes to you guys. And I want to say that so many times, but then I feel like doing that, then all I'm doing is I'm causing an argument, and then they think I'm being manipulated or argumented or trying to cause drama. But really, no, I am honestly really curious. Like my question I had that started all of this. What was I thinking? What the heck, Jess, were you thinking? You know your family. You know when it comes to that type of topic. Like, and the other thing that annoys the heck out of me too is when my dad will always go, my stepdad, where he always goes, well, you learned that in school. Well, you learned that in Sunday school. No, I didn't. How the heck do you know what I learned in school and what I learned in Sunday school? Were you sitting in my classroom learning the same stuff? No. We're how many years apart? Things change all the time, and what they teach you in school and stuff. So no, just because you learned this in school or you learned this in Sunday school does not mean I learned this in school or learned this in Sunday school. But if I say, oh, no, I didn't learn that, and he goes, well, then you just weren't listening, or you weren't paying attention, or you don't remember. Are you kidding me? Are you literally kidding me right now? I would have loved to hear him talk to his great-grandma. Or it would be his grandma, I guess, my great-grandma. Talk to Grandma B. I would have loved to hear him talk to her about what they learned in church and what they learned in school and compare the difference. I would have loved it. And the only time Dad does believe me is when Mom sits there in the background saying, we didn't learn that. Like, oh wow, look at that. Someone else is on my level. Now you believe. Oh, okay, now you believe. Okay. He doesn't believe in the guy downstairs, but he believes the guy upstairs. He believes in Adam and Eve and like how that really started, but you don't believe in the guy downstairs. When how Adam and Eve really started includes the guy downstairs. Sometimes I get so confused because my family will say something and then completely opposite. Like here's one. Because I can't stop thinking about this because the opposite happened, and I knew the opposite was gonna happen. I was like, I know what's gonna happen, but I gotta do this now because Mom said it. Gotta make her happy now. She said, you go through so many clothes. You have so many clothes to wash. And I'm like, well, it's because I change my clothes every day. Yeah, you have so many clothes. So then I switched to wearing the same clothes for like a week or whatever. So now I had less clothes. And now she's complaining, well, you have no clothes to wash. Why don't you have any clothes to wash? Because I'm wearing the same thing. Oh, you should be changing your clothes. You should be wearing... Did you want me to have less clothes or did you want me to have more clothes? Because I can't do both. I can't have less clothes and change clothes every day. And I can't have more clothes and not change clothes every day. And that's just one example. There's so many examples of my entire life. Like, here's one. This is my favorite one. You're being too loud. Oh, sorry. Okay. You're being too quiet. What's wrong? But you just said I was being too loud. So do you want me to be loud or do you want me to be quiet? Because I'm confused now. That one happens a lot with my family. And not just my main family. Extended family. A lot. There is one family that, and I just had this conversation with my cousin, but her family, her mom, her dad, and her 3 sisters are the only ones that are always allowed and never said anything to me. Their parents never, ever. I cannot think of one time where they're like, Jess, you're being too loud, you need to calm down. Not one time. They allowed me to be loud. They allowed me to be creative and make up all these games and plays with my cousin, even if they were like really, really like creepy, weird plays or like just, I don't know. They allowed that, you know, they allowed me to be a child. They allowed me to get out of my adult brain and be a child and actually enjoy life and have fun in life and experience things and all of that. They never sat there and, like I said, they never forced me to eat certain foods that I didn't like. They even cooked me foods that I liked and the rest of the family didn't like. Like, and when they ordered food, they never had to ask, what do you want? They always knew exactly what it would be. Chicken, fries, ranch, and Mountain Dew. Everyone that knows me should know this. But some reason, the rest of the family and extended always asks me, what do you want? I will say today, I was a little surprised. I did tell Mom ahead of time, but she ordered without asking me what I wanted. And she got chicken strips and fries that we shared. But she kind of already knew because on the way there, we were like, oh, then I can get chicken strips and fries, is what I said. So, but still, that was just 333. But yeah. So that's why I have no idea who I am, because I'm either told I'm too loud or I'm told I'm too quiet, or I need to do more hygiene, or I need to wear more clothes, or I need to wear less clothes. No, that's not how I say it. How do I, the laundry one. I don't know how to say it. I need to wear more clothes or less clothes. I need to have less clothes to wash, but I need to wear more clothes. There you go. Yeah, that's another one. But there's just so many. There's so many. And I've talked about them over the years in therapy and everything. You know, everyone should go to therapy. And I'm the only one in my family that has gone to therapy since they were literally 2 years old. My sister did it for a little bit. My mom has started it. My brother never had therapy that I know of. And My real dad doesn't see a therapist. My stepmom, I know she did see a therapist for a little bit. I don't know if she still does. But, and then my stepdad, like, not really. Why am I the one that's been in therapy forever? Well, I have a complete great answer there. Because I'm the one that no matter what I've communicated to the family, they've never changed. They've never tried to change. They have never tried to understand. None of it. I'm always the one that has to do all the work and either change who I am, change how I'm acting around them, or whatever it is. And I'm tired. I'm so tired. And now that I know what masking is, it explains so much on why I'm so exhausted. Because I'm exerting so much energy to mask. And Dad asked the other day, my stepdad asked me the other day, and then we go and have this conversation. Like, Andy, here's the perfect example. He asked me the other day, well, then why do you mask? You don't need a mask. Why do you mask? To help you guys feel comfortable. To make you guys feel comfortable. Because if I'm not masking and I'm being my true self, you guys aren't comfortable. Well, don't mask. You don't need to do that. But what happened tonight? I had to mask. Otherwise, we would have gotten in a huge argument, yelling on the top of our lungs, and all this. Nope. Instead, I'm going to play the better of the two, and I'm just going to mask and act like everything's fine and dandy and smile and say I buys and act like everything's all good and, act like, yeah. Why? Because then you guys are comfortable. Then you guys are comfortable. It's okay if I'm not comfortable. It's okay if I'm not speaking up. It's okay if I'm not speaking my truth and I'm not, being my true self. That's okay. As long as you guys are comfortable, that's all that matters. Yep, that's all that matters. It's okay if Jess is uncomfortable. Little Jess is so used to it, This is little Jess's job since she was little, Little Jess has got it. Older Jess, little Jess, you don't gotta tell older Jess, she's got it. She totally understands the rules or game or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, little, it's all good, little Jess. I understand it. Older Jess is exhausted though. Like, pretending I was fine. There was tons of signs. Like, I was saying in my head, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not moving around like as much as I was, so I'm not fidgeting. I'm kind of hiding my face. I'm not talking. I'm holding my water bottle and literally pushing it down on my fingers to squeeze my fingers in between the buckle thing to cause pain. So I'm literally going like this, but you can't see me going like this. So I'm tensing up, There's a lot of signs. But, people aren't going to notice those signs because I'm really good at hiding them. I guess that's what makes me a great actress. That's why I'd be a wonderful actress. Because an actress, they gotta fake. And it also makes sense why my whole life I can't stand people who are fake towards me. If you're gonna be fake towards me, I know. And it makes sense now. Because I have had to fake my entire life around my family. makes so much sense. And a lot of times, the whole thing that they'll go is, well, this is new. You were never this way before. You. That one cracks me up. You wanna know why? Because yes, I have always been that way. And you know who's known I've always been that way? Well, my cousin Katie and her family. You guys just didn't know I was that way. Because I had to make you guys comfortable. I had to make sure you guys are okay and you guys are happy and comfortable and you feel like you're being understood and all of that. Yes, and right now I am being a sarcastic little right now. Because I'm past the hurt, being sad and upset, and now I'm angry. And yeah. Now I'm past feeling the sad emotions and crying it out. Now the anger has come out. Now the realization, the rose-colored lens have come off because I'm realizing in this moment, well, not in this moment, I realized it in that moment when it happened, they don't care to understand me. Long as I am thinking like them or enjoying the same things as them or things like that, it's all fine and dandy. But the moment I have a different view on something or a different belief or something, I'm shut down. There's nope, I don't want to hear it. Nope. That's literally what my mom said. I'm not going to listen to this. I don't want to hear it. And my stepdad, he just turned the TV back on. He just unmuted the TV. Right in the middle of the conversation. So they don't care to understand me. And it all makes sense now. Anyways. And the other thing that's annoying too is like when I'm having a one-on-one conversation with my stepdad, he ends up, I want to say, becomes like open-minded and like is willing to maybe look the info up or like I just have open-minded. And mom's the same way, like, oh, I want to hear all this, I want to listen. But the moment they're together and I speak about something or I hit that button, nope, I am shut down. Shut down completely. And it makes sense why my brother is agnostic and my sister doesn't believe in God. When we grew up believing and going to church and all that, makes sense why they have turned the other way. Because they have parents that aren't willing to listen to their view at all. That their view is completely wrong and demonic and evil and all of that. Because when they were growing up, you know, they were told that those type of things are demonic and evil and all of that. So, but it's okay for them to change their mind about something and learn that that wasn't true. So now they're like, oh, I learned that wasn't true. So blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, what if I learned this isn't true either? And so has my brother and my sister. Oh, that's a possibility. Whoa. That's a possibility because everything's possible. Did you just say everything's possible? But you don't believe the other stuff. 44 minutes long. Anyways, I vented. I'm feeling better. I'm more like annoyed and I'm triggered now, I guess you could say. I'm angry now. And another thing I realized too is, you know how autism kids act out? Even high or spectrum ones act out. You know why? It's because the people around them aren't willing to take the time to understand what they're trying to say or trying to communicate to you. They are just completely shut down. And they don't understand why you aren't willing to just listen to us. So then they react, because that's the only way they know that you can release energy. And they know this because they're so smart. They know energy builds up in us. The way to release it is rah, scream, let things out, go wild, Because when you're doing that, you're breaking parts of your orb, your aura, and breaking the parts of the aura is making other things to burst out. So, yeah, I realized that tonight too. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Why? And growing up, I was always told I was the trouble child. I was the problem child. I was the crazy child. What was the other one? I was the tantrum child. I had tantrums all the time. Yeah, because you guys weren't willing to understand from my view. My view was different from you guys. But you weren't even willing to just even listen. It was just a straight nope. Okay, well, little Jess gets upset. So yeah, little Jess is gonna have a tantrum because she's not understanding why you are doing what you're doing. And you're not even explaining it either. Because what you're doing doesn't make sense to her. So explain it. And that's why we ask so many questions. And why we're always curious about things. Like the question I asked tonight that I'm so angry at myself for asking that question. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? And when me and Mom were watching that movie, I tried to leave her a seed because I'm supposedly a person that plants seeds. And so I was trying to leave her a little seed, but whew, that didn't go good either. Why didn't it go good? Maybe because I said, well, what if angels really are just the fairies and people called them angels? But they're really just the fairies. She probably didn't like that, because then to her, angels weren't real. And that's not what I wasn't saying. I wasn't saying angels weren't real. I was just saying, what if people got confused? And then at the end of the movie, you know what happens? These fairies are half human. That's what I was saying. But then she was like, no. And then it happened in the movie. And I didn't go, ha, told you. And I brought up the other stuff too, where like, every time something like this happens and you guys say I'm wrong, and then I end up being right, how many times has that happened? Lots. So how many times do I have to prove that I do know what I'm talking about? Like the whole, P guy, I knew about it for a long, long time. And I talked about it. I was called crazy. I lost friends. Like, yeah. And then it came out. And I got actually apologized. What was another one? Angel numbers, astrology, spirituality, energy, etc., etc. The other thing I don't understand, and now I'm asking like a curious question, okay? Now this isn't being like a sarcastic little brat like I've been at this last half of this video. Now I have another serious question, and I can ask you guys, but I will not be asking my family again. I'm gonna try really hard not to bring that stuff up or talk about it or anything. And you know, they sit there and ask questions about that stuff too. And so then when I tell them, like, why are you asking my advice or asking me what certain things mean when I do tell you on your own things and then you don't listen or believe or whatever? But yet you want to know the truth about things that I know. But I know these things too, but you don't want to hear it. Like, anyways, my question, why is it so hard to believe that God isn't everything and everything is just energy and God is energy, than to believe that God is actually a freaking, like, human man? But if Jesus was that incredible and did all these amazing things, which again, Jesus is just a metaphor of teaching us about love. But anyways, how does someone, if you don't believe in like powers and things like that, how does someone be human and have abilities, and you believe there's people out there that have abilities, but God is an actual man? I don't know. My brain just does not understand that. And that's been my whole life. And family would be like, you never thought that way or never talked that way. You're only doing that now because you've turned spirituality, blah, blah. No. You can ask my cousins. I have talked that way for a very long time. I've been asking about my life purpose since I was like 7 or 8 years old. So, yes, I've been asking those deep questions and stuff like that. But I learned as I was growing up that people don't ask those questions. That's not normal to ask those type of questions. It's not normal to talk about those type of things. So we're not going to do it. AKA, I'm asked. Yeah, get in it now? Anyways. I love the sound of, like, why is that just so... And you know something else, like, I want to start doing, but, like, it's just gonna be too difficult. I want to start wearing headphones all the time. I don't have to have sound in them. Just to wear them to lower all the stimulations around me. When I'm, like, out in public or at a family gathering or something. But I know that that's not gonna, because they're gonna be embarrassed because their child is wearing headphones, and that's just not normal, and blah 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 blah, because their child is autistic, but they don't really know what that means, even if they worked in it or they had family that worked with them. But they still don't understand any of it. That I don't understand either. How do you work with people that have it, or worked with a family member that worked with people that have it, but you're so close-minded? I don't know. Alright, well, my throat chakra is done. I have exerted a lot of energy talking about this, but I feel better talking about this. But I also exert a lot of energy masking as well. I masked a lot today. You probably wouldn't even notice. Because you don't know the real me. I did get to when my mom was outside talking to a friend on the phone. Who I knew that she'd be on the phone forever talking to this person. It was so nice. I got to be my real free self in the house. Like old times when I'd be home alone. Where I could just like yell and be silly and like weird and make faces and noises and oh, it was so nice. Kind of like what I do here. But here it doesn't feel homey when I'm doing it. It doesn't feel like happy place when I'm doing it. You know what I mean? When I do it at home or like when I'm outside and I would do it, it feels home. Familiar, you know? Is that an autism thing? I don't know. I'm still learning what is autism, really. To me, I'm just kind of learning that... Okay, so one thing I noticed is we have a certain look. I don't know how to explain it, but we have a certain look. And the other thing I'm noticing is we talk a certain way as well. And last night, when I was talking to my cousin, I mentioned these. And she didn't get it at first, but then when she looked and she was like, I see it, I know what you mean. And then I asked her about the talking way, and she said, yes, you do talk that way. And I was like, oh. So, yeah, I don't know. This video is way too long, and no one's probably gonna watch it. And if you watched it this far, if you've gotten this far, dude, like, say hello. Let's be friends. Okay, love you guys. Bye.